Good morning, warriors. Welcome to your Warrior Flow. I am Leland Holgate, the president and founder of Warriors for Life America. And I also have the distinct pleasure of being the executive director over at Trauma Recovery Yoga. So maybe you've seen some of those as well. So some exciting news, actually. Was speaking with a great friend of mine, Christian, and she is an amazing fitness instructor. So we're going to have her with us now. So we are next Saturday at 12 p.m. So noon, we will have a fitness modality for you. And again, whenever you show up, of course, choose to do as much or as little or as you want, just like I can tell you with this forum. So one of the things that I wanted to bring was that diversity. So I'm excited to have her on board with us. And I think you guys are going to absolutely love her. She's an epic fitness teacher and it really gets your heart rate up and get you some of that exercise that you're looking for. So we'll have our yoga and now we have our fitness coming. So super excited for that. As we get started today, try to find that place where you can, if you can't be alone, at least be in the more quiet area of your home. So that way you can kind of dig into some of these self-regulation techniques that we go over, which is what this forum is all about. Of course, yoga is one of my passions, but we could have used anything for this trauma-informed motion. It's just basically the self-regulation techniques and that progress with yourself that we're looking for. So allow yourself on this to do as much or as little as you want. And of course, right now is the best time to be putting in on yourself with everything that's going on around the world. I think right now, what we need more than anything is more compassion, more love, and more self-care. I think if we're all taking care of ourselves, it's going to boost our energy, which then will boost the energy that we put out to everybody else. And of course, my heart goes out to everybody that has been affected by both the pandemic and everything that's going on with the tension in our country right now. So we are with you, and I really am sending the best energy out to you guys. I hope that everything in this country begins to change and we look at each other without color. I think that's going to help us so much. You know, I believe that everybody is amazing and has these amazing things inside of themselves. And the more that we focus on how alike we are, it'll take away a lot of those differences that unfortunately some think about. So I hope that you enjoy today's class. Make sure that you do as much or as little as you want. That's one of the biggest things, of course, choice. And right now, for a lot of us, choice has been taken away. Most of us have been stuck in the house. Thankfully, we're getting back to things. Things are starting to open up. And it was nice to go out yesterday and see certain restaurants or places that we're used to going opening up, and even some of the trails or parks and lakes are starting to open up. So it's a great time to get out of your house. Yesterday was a good time when we went up to Mount Charleston and did the Bristol Cone loop, and it was epic. So also Lee Canyon is open. They have their lift running, so you can go up the slopes if you like. And it's absolutely gorgeous up there. If you want to get away from the heat, I suggest you run away to Mount Charleston and cut down the temperature by about 20 degrees. It was epic yesterday. So we're going to get started here in just about 2 minutes. And I want you to really fall onto these self-regulation techniques. That's what we do, and that's what this is all about. So as I mentioned before, yoga just is our vehicle. I love yoga so much, but as you move through this practice, you're going to hear me calling out some things. So we speak science, not Sanskrit. And as we move through, you'll hear some of these self-regulation techniques. So take those off of the mat with you. You can use them anywhere. They're great in the car, they're great at work, at home, wherever you may be. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get ourselves ready to get started. Find your cross-legged comfortable position or just any seated position that works for you. And as we get started here, introducing myself once more, my name is Leland Holgate. I am the president and founder of Warriors for Life America, and I am a yoga instructor. It's what I love to do. I am a combat veteran and have also had several physical things happen. I was a quadriplegic, had to learn how to walk again. And just over a year ago, the same thing, except I was a paraplegic, so I had to come back from that as well. So I have used yoga to put myself back together several times in life. And it really is amazing what it can do for you. And this form is a little different. So you may notice some differences. You'll notice that I don't play any music. I'm not walking around the room. Of course, we're on the video, so it wouldn't make much sense for me to walk around anyways. But I stand right up front and I am modeling the entire time. So if I call something out and you don't know what it is, just look to your screen and you'll see where I'm at. You can match that position. As we move forward to remember, the biggest thing, like I highlighted, is choice. So do as much or as little as you want. If you sit and breathe, or if you lay back and breathe, you are practicing yoga. 95% of yoga is breath work. And what we know is breath is presence. It brings you back to this moment. So as we move forward as well, pay attention for those self-regulation techniques that I'm going to call out. We speak science, not Sanskrit, in this form of yoga. So I will be calling out certain ways that your vision is oriented, which helps the brain in certain ways, and also different ways that you can place the body to help soothe or calm the soul. So in the very beginning, especially, pay attention for those self-regulation techniques and remember those for you, because you can use them anywhere, at home, in the car, at work, wherever you may be, that you just need to bring yourself right back to this moment. All right, and about yoga, it's all about progress. It's nothing about perfection. So again, allow yourself to do as much or as little as you want. Choice is the biggest thing that we like to express. And since that is taken away from us in certain traumatic times or times that are a little bit more anxious, this is your time to express your choice. This is your mat, your yoga, your rules. You do as much as you want, okay? So find that seated position, whatever that looks like for you. It can be cross-legged like myself, legs can be straight, whatever is comfortable for you. Let your hands just rest on your knees. And let your chin fall to your chest. And for the moment, pick out 4 different colors or 4 different patterns and shapes. Maybe the contrast of your skin in comparison to your mat. Or maybe your clothing in contrast to the floor. Maybe the patterns in the floor. Anything to bring yourself further into this moment. And as we're looking down, we're sending the signal to our brain that all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. I'm practicing a little mindfulness, just a fancy word for noticing. Notice in the body where you might be tense, where you may be holding, or where the breath may be restricted. And just be curious, no need to judge, no need to change it, just notice. Knowing where you are now, notice your sitting bones connected to the earth, supported by your mat, and both are always there for you. And pull your belly button in towards your spine, in and up. Really engage your lower abdominal muscles as well by restricting the flow of urine. So keep everything pulled in and up. You'll start to feel that area, that center of your being heating up. That's your internal core temperature, your internal furnace firing up. Keep everything pulled in and up. This also helps pull all that mind chatter down away from the brain where it can be burned up and used for fuel. Continue pulling your belly button in and up. Keep all those abdominal muscles engaged. Allow that power to build and realize that that power comes from you. Just another few breaths. And slowly start to release. And now starting with a 3-part breath, filling from the bottom all the way up to the top as you inhale, big belly into your chest. into the back of your eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, into the back of your eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, washing around behind the eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button to your spine. And now come back to your normal breath. And notice the body, the difference from the beginning until now. Forehead and jaw release. Shoulders away from your ears. Sitting bones connected to the mat, and your hands just gently lying on your knees. As you inhale, right ear comes to your right shoulder, head rolls back. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, chin to your chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Continue to roll around. Link your breath to your movement and allow yourself to move at your pace. Remember, this is your mat, your yoga, your rules. That popping and cracking is just nitrogen leaving the joints. You can roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself a moment of pause here. Let any dizziness subside. That's completely normal. On your next inhale, left ear, left shoulder, head rolls back. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder, chin to your chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Continue to roll around and let yourself move at your own pace. Link your breath to your movement. Let that old stagnant energy clear its way out, making way for the new. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself that same moment of pause. You can blink your eyes open, start to lift your gaze. Now you can pull your heels in or just move your legs over to the side and make your way onto all fours. So your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Take your right leg back, your toes in contact with the mat, and now cross your leg up and over to the left. Keep your hips nice and square to the mat. Your shoulders stay over your wrists. As you inhale, chest moves forward slightly. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder. You should feel that in your right side body. As you inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, look a little further. Remember to keep your hips nice and square. Your right hip can even come out to the right a little bit, increasing that stretch. As you inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further, opening up that lateral side of the body. Now look down towards your hands. Bring your right leg back up and over. I don't want you walking in circles, so let's do that other side. Left leg goes back. Cross it up and over to your right. Keep your hips nice and square. As you inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Should feel this into the left side body. Keep your hips nice and square. As you inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further. Now look down to your hands. Bring your left knee back up and over. Tuck your toes and press yourself back to your first downward dog. So with a downward dog, your hands can be about shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. You can also bend at your knees here slightly. Take your hamstrings out of the equation so you can just concentrate on a flat, straight back. Let your head relax. You can even shake your head yes or no. Press your chest back toward your thighs. And this helps decompress the spine. And while we're here, we also rock the two most powerful words in the universe. I am. So whatever that is for you today, rock that out for you. I am happy. I am amazing. I am strong. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale to heart center, look down to your fingertips. Once again, sending the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. Okay, now we're going to move through some sun salutations. So sun salutations are meant to burn up that excess energy that we all carry with us. As we move forward, remember, express your choice. Do as little or as much as you want. If I'm too slow, speed it up for yourself. And if I'm too fast, slow it down. And remember, if you lay back or just sit and breathe, you are still practicing yoga, my friend. As we move through this, you may feel heated up. You will definitely feel stretched. And if you feel anything scratching at the surface, allow that to come up. It's wanting to be released. All right. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am resilient. I am confident. I am healthy. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Breathe in, heart center. Exhale, release. As you inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am healing. I am letting go. I am happy. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And now as you inhale, sit yourself back and down into that imaginary chair. You can look past your knees, see if you can see your toes. You can even wiggle your toes. That helps put the weight in toward your heels. Arms come up overhead. And as you look up, this helps clear the fog off of the brain, allowing a little clarity for the moment. You can press your belly button in toward your spine. Maybe you sit down a little bit lower. Maybe you stay right where you are. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am confident. I am amazing. I am powerful. As you inhale, right leg up to the sky, bend your knee and let your heel fall over toward the left. You can even look under your left shoulder to bring a little stability to the pose. And you get a view of a dirty foot. You can lift your right knee up toward the sky, and that helps increase that hip opener, that stretch that you're going to feel on the inside of the left thigh. As you inhale, straighten up your right leg. As you exhale, swing your right foot forward, drop your back heel down, inhale up to warrior one. So your back leg stays straight and strong. Bring your hips square to the front of your mat. Left hip forward, right hip back. Arms up overhead. Now sink in toward your front thigh. Super important, we open up all these big muscle groups, the hips. That's where we hold all of our past, that regret, that depression. So when we open up all these big muscle groups, we release that. You can sink a little deeper. Maybe you bring your hands together. Maybe you look up. As you exhale, bring your hands and your back knee down to the mat. As you inhale, reach up. Exhale, let your hips dip forward. And as you inhale, reach. And in between your hands, I'm going to give you a balloon. I want you to see that balloon. Feel it. Imagine the color, the texture, the size. Now I'm going to give you a marker, and I want you to write down everything that you want to let go of in your life. All the things that no longer serve you. Maybe it's a feeling or an emotion, you don't have any words for it, so you write a number or a color associated with it all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be recycled into something new for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. As you inhale, right leg moves back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am brilliant. I am beautiful. I am generous. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Breathe in, heart center. Exhale, release. And again, sit yourself back and down on your next exhale into that favorite chair pose. Arms come up overhead. And let your shoulders drop away from your ears as you look up. Just another moment here. You can press your belly button in towards your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here. I am sweaty. I am playful. I am fun. As you inhale, left leg up to the sky. Bend at your knee, let your heel fall over to the right. You can look under your right shoulder. You can also lift your left knee up to increase that stretch. And what do you notice? You have a pair of dirty feet. As you inhale, straighten out your left leg. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale, up to warrior one. Back leg straight and strong. Hips come to the front of the mat. And now sink in towards your front thigh. Once again here for just a moment. Opening up all these big muscle groups that are attached into that hip area and into the lower back. Hands come together, look up. Maybe you sink a little lower. Now exhale, bring your back knee and hands down to the mat. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, dip your hips. Inhale, reach up. And this time, I'm going to give you a sky lantern. One of those beautiful things you see flying away like candlelight. And all four corners or all four walls are empty. So take out that marker and start to write down everything you want in your life. All the people, all the places, all the experiences, everything you want to happen in your life, write it all over that sky lantern. Now you put that marker away. We take our lighter, light the match or light the candle, place it into that sky lantern. As you inhale, feel it lifting. Exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be granted as a wish for you and those you love. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. As you inhale, left leg moves back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am loyal. I am powerful. I am prosperous. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Once again, send the signal to your brain all as well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. And once again, sit yourself back and down into your chair pose. Arms come up overhead. Bring your hands to touch. Now bring your hands in toward heart center. As you inhale, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, twist to the right. Your left elbow outside of your right thigh, or you bring your left arm across your thighs with your right hand to your lower back so you can twist. Left knee comes back in line with your right. Sit your hips down below your heart. As you exhale, press your right hand onto your left. And this helps purge those toxins out of your organs. It also helps reset the spine. As you exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Bend at your knees to let your chest come to your thighs. And now wrap your peace fingers and thumbs around your big toes. You can let yourself just hang here. You can make this passive, or you can make it active. If you want to make it active, keep your chest in contact with your thighs. Pull with your arms, elbows moving east and west. And start to straighten your legs. And if you just let yourself hang out here, you are getting everything you need, because this is all about having the heart above the head. When the heart is above the head, it doesn't have to fight gravity near as much to get all the blood back to those important parts of the body. It also allows the blood to pool up at the tip of the spine. And here in a moment, you'll notice why we call this the Xanax of yoga. Now stay in your fold, release your hands up to your hips. Pull your belly button into your spine. Keep your core engaged, and very, very slowly start to take yourself up. Head comes up last. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. So stick your feet together. Let's do that again. Arms up overhead. Sit yourself down into your chair pose. Bring your hands together. Hands come in toward heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, twist to the left. So again, your right arm can come across your thighs, your left hand to your lower back, or your right elbow outside of your left thigh. Bring your right knee back in line with your left. As you exhale, press your left hand onto your right, twisting and purging those toxins, taking care of the spine. And as you exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart once again. And this time, you can take your hands underneath your feet. Big toes tickling your wrist crease. Remember to bend at your knees, let your chest come to your thighs, and just let your head fall. And again, you can make this active or passive, completely up to you. While we're here letting the heart get the break that it deserves, we're also toning that vagus nerve system, which enacts the relaxed side of the body. Just another few breaths. And now release your hands up to your hips. Pull your belly button in toward your spine. And like it's a game to come up last, take yourself up slowly. Oh, I could do that all day, so let's move on with our practice. Step your feet back together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am happy. I am healthy. I am healing. As you inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing your right foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to warrior one for just a moment. And now open up to your warrior two. So you can scoot your back leg back if you need a little more room. Back leg stays straight and strong. Bend in towards your front thigh. You can also bring your front knee out towards your pinky toe, which allows you to sink down just a little deeper. Arms come up to form that straight line. We look over the right fingertips. We'll be here for just a moment to let those hips open. These are some of the biggest muscle groups that attach in here. The quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, all of the hip flexors. Letting them open. Now your front palm comes up. And as you exhale, come back to a reverse warrior. Back hand goes onto your thigh or calf, avoid your knee. You can open your shoulder to the right, sink in toward your thigh as you reach and feel that in the right side body once again. Now come back to your warrior two. Straighten out your front leg. And now reach for the front of your mat. When you can reach no further, hinge yourself forward. Right hand comes to your shin, to your ankle, or to the floor. As you reach with the left arm, you can also look up to the left fingertips. Super important to keep this right leg, this front leg, straight and strong. I know you're feeling that on the inside of the thigh, and that's exactly what we're looking for. That pesky muscle attaches to the inside of the hip, so it can make a big difference for us when we open it up. You can also pull your right hip back into its socket. And as we lift with the left hand, we help keep the spine in nice alignment. Now bend in toward your front thigh. Bring your right elbow up. You can stay right here, or you can let your right hand come down toward the mat. And now we go for those shoulder openers. The left hand can come behind your back for a half bind, or you can reach underneath and grab for your wrist for the full bind. Open your shoulder up, look over to the left. Spend another few moments here. And now to release, bring your right hand back to the mat, left hand comes up. And let's switch it off. So left hand comes down, back heel comes up. Reach with your right hand. And now slowly bring the right hand down. Right leg moves back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am amazing. I am powerful. I am perfect just the way I am. Inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Breathe in, arms overhead. As you exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And again, rock your I ams. I am amazing. I am healthy. I am friendly. As you inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale, up to warrior one. Now open up to warrior two. Again, you can scoot that back leg back for room. Back leg stays straight and strong. Sink in towards your front thigh. And you can bring your front knee out towards your pinky toe. It likes to collapse inward. You can also bring your shoulder blades together to create that straight line. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Now your front palm spins up. As you exhale, come back to your reverse warrior. Open your shoulder to the left. Sink in toward your front thigh and reach. As you exhale, come back to warrior two. And now straighten up your front leg. Reach for the front of the mat. And then hinge your left hand down to your shin, your ankle, or to the floor. Reach with your right. Keep your front leg straight and strong. I know you're feeling that on the inside of the thigh. That's exactly what we're looking for. You can pull your left hip back into its socket. Reach with your right hand. Now bend in toward your front thigh. Left elbow comes up to your thigh. You can stay right here. Or you can lower your left hand down. Your top hand comes behind your back for that half bind. And you can stay right here. Or you can reach underneath and grab for your wrists. Remember to sink in toward your thigh. Keep your shoulder, keep your chest off of your thigh. And open your shoulder to the right. And now release. Left hand comes to the mat, reach with your right. And let's switch it off. Right hand comes down, back heel comes up. Stretch across the body with the left hand. And slowly bring your left hand down. Left leg moves back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams right here. I am strong. I am resilient. I am happy. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse one, that arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Again, sending that signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. So we're going to move into some balancing postures here. And of course, it's super important to have balance in life and in body, mind, and soul. So as we move into these balancing postures, I want you to remember to express your choice. And on this one specifically, if you keep the back leg down, you're still going to feel everything that you need. Okay? So step your feet together, arms up overhead, palms come to touch. Cross your thumbs. Look forward, take a step with your left foot. Your back heel comes up. Now start to hinge yourself forward. And as your upper body comes parallel to the floor, you can lift your right leg for a warrior three. Your hands can come in toward heart center to help create some stability. And now we concentrate on keeping the hips nice and square. Remember, you can keep those back toes down. You're still feeling everything that you need in those stabilizer muscles. Keep your front leg straight and strong. Keep your hips square to the mat. I know that right hip likes to lift. As you exhale, the right foot comes down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Take a step to the back of your mat. And now, once again, arms up overhead. Cross your thumbs the other direction. Take a step forward with your right foot. Back heel comes up. And once you find your balance, hinge yourself forward. Upper body parallel to the mat. And lift your left leg up toward the sky. Hands come in toward heart center. You can keep your hips nice and square here. Remember, back toes can stay down. Just another few breaths. Slowly lower your left foot down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse one, right arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Send the signal once again, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. Now come up to the front of your mat. So you've heard me talk about opening up the hips. And of course, with all of these big muscle groups, this is where all of that past is stored in our body. All the things that have happened to us, all the things that we've been through. So it's super important to open these areas up and let that go. Hands come onto your hips. Take a long step back with your left leg. Your back leg stays straight and strong. Back heel spiked up toward the sky. Arms come up for your crescent lunge. You can press your inner thighs in together, which helps let you sink a little further, gives you a little more stability. Your hands come together. Hands come in toward heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the right. You can also drop your back knee down for a little stability. And if you stay here, that's great. Press your right hand onto your left as you exhale and twist. Again, taking care of the spine, purging those toxins. Now slowly drop your back knee down. Bring your hands down to the mat and work your right foot outside of your right hand. So your back top foot can be on the mat. We're going to stay right here for just a moment. So your front foot parallel to the side of your mat. And for just a moment, we're letting ourselves warm into this pose. I know for some of us advanced yogis, we like to move into it right away. Super important to warm into these. I know you're feeling it already, so let's concentrate on our breath. Focus on deep inhales and deep emptying exhales. Make your breath your focus here. Help yourself to change your story. We're all telling ourselves a story. Start to bend into your elbows. Maybe you bring your right forearm down. Maybe your left forearm comes down. And while we're here, what are you focusing on? Can you focus on the change that comes from the challenge? Can you let go and just focus on your breath? With each breath, you notice how you find a little more space. You let go a little more. It's always important to check in with that story that we're running over in our head, because what we focus on, we feel. Slowly come back up to your hands. Your right toes angle out to the right just a bit. Right hand comes up to your knee and press your right knee away from you, lifting the inside of your foot up. And let your hips fall forward so you feel this into the front left area, and that's psoas, into the hip flexors. You also feel it in the external hip flexor on the right, into that IT band area. Looking over your right shoulder again lets us twist, taking care of the spine. Now bring your hands back to the mat. Let your right foot come back in between your hands, and we're going to come back to half splits. So plant your front foot into the mat with your toes coming back towards your knee. Your back knee stays underneath your hips. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. Now as you inhale, pull your right hip back into its socket. For those that have a full split, congratulations, go into that for yourself. I'm super jealous. And for those of us here, remember to check in with that story. I know you're feeling this through the back of the hamstring, all the way through into the glute and into the IT band area, that external hip flexor. Can you let yourself find that collateral beauty from the challenge? Now coming out of this pose carefully, plant your front foot into the mat. As you inhale, left leg steps forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse one, that arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. And release. We're going to step back to the front of our mat. Hands onto your hips. Take a long step back with your right foot. Back leg stays straight and strong. Once again, arms up overhead for your crescent lunge. Press your inner thighs in together. Notice how you can sink a little deeper. Hands come together. Inhale, hands to heart center. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Remember, you can drop your back knee down to the mat. And as you exhale, press your left hand onto your right and twist. Look over your left shoulder. Now slowly start to release. Back knee drops down. Work your left foot outside of your left hand now. Working on this left side. You may notice how both sides are different, and that's completely normal. We have a dominant and a passive side in our body. And it's important, again, to start focusing on the breath. Change that story that we're telling ourselves. We focus on the suck, that's all we get. We focus on the change, that beauty that comes from this growth, from the challenge, and that's what we get. You can start to bend your elbows, maybe bring your left forearm down, maybe bring your right forearm down. Just another moment here while we breathe. Focus on the deep inhale and the deep emptying exhale. Notice how you find more space when you just focus on the breath. Send your exhale into that tight part of the body. Now, very slowly, bring your way back up to your hands. Angle your left toes out to the left just a bit. Left hand comes up to your left thigh. As you exhale, press your left knee away from you, lifting the inside of your foot off of the mat. And now spin and look over your left shoulder. Let your hips fall forward. I know you're feeling that in the front of the right hip flexor. That's what we need into that psoas area. Just another few breaths. And now exhale, bring your foot down. Your right hand or left hand comes down. Work your left foot in between your hands. Now come back to your half splits on this side. So plant your front heel into the mat. Your toes come back towards your knee. Fingertips to the mat so you can sit up nice and tall. Protect your spine. Back knee stays underneath your hip. Then you can pull your left hip into its socket, toes back towards your knee. You feel that stretch increase. And can you let yourself sit with that discomfort, finding comfort in the fact that you made yourself important, that your growth is important. Just another few breaths. Now coming out of this side a little differently, plant your front foot, bring your left hand up and over on the inside, and bring your left knee back. And you have made it through the standing series. Congratulations. So now we're going to start with a wide leg forward fold. So legs nice and wide. And keep in mind it's not so important to go really wide because your hips will try to slip back. So you can bring your legs in to the point where you can keep your sitting bones connected to the mat. Knees press down to the mat, toes in towards your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your shoulder blades together so you protect your spine. And remember, this is more of a hinge than it is a rounding, okay? So you want to hinge yourself forward. As you inhale, shoulder blades together. As you exhale, you can move your hands down to your shins, maybe to your ankles, or maybe to the insides of your feet. Wherever you are, before we move any further, sit up tall, shoulder blades together, protect your spine. Remember to hinge. As you inhale, find space. As you exhale, maybe you find a little more real estate. You can also press your knees down, keep your hips engaged. I know you're feeling this on the inside of the thigh. So this is called reciprocal inhibition. When we engage one muscle group, as we exhale, the other muscle group stretches and releases. So with each inhale, find a little space, press your knees down, keep your hips engaged. As you exhale, find a little more real estate. Just another few moments. And now slowly back off. Keep your left leg right where it is. Bring your right foot to the inner thigh. Left hand outside of your left knee, sit up nice and tall, spin your shoulders square to your left foot. Your right hand is the action hand as you inhale. Exhale, move your right hand on the outside of your left leg to your shin, to your ankle, or to the outside of your left foot. Press your left knee down. And I know you're feeling this to the back of your leg. That's what we're looking for. And we also feel this through the shoulder, into the ribs and solar plexus, allowing that beautiful cross stretch across the body, opening up the shoulders, opening up the hips, two of the areas that everything plugs into. Just another few breaths. And remember, you can find space and find more real estate, or you stay right where you are and just press your knee down so that you're feeling that stretch. Excuse me. Now slowly bring your way back up. Your right leg goes out to the right. Let's do that other side so I don't have you walking in circles once again. Left leg or left foot into the right thigh. Right hand outside of the right knee. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep inhale. Left hand is the action hand now. As you exhale, Move along the shin, the ankle, or to the outside of the right foot. And again, more of a hinge. Try not to round, avoid rounding. So sit up nice and tall, and as you exhale, find a little more space. Or maybe you stay right where you are, because I know you're feeling that through the back of the right leg as you press your knee down, your toes stay in, and maybe you find a little more space and feel that stretch extra into the shoulders, into the solar plexus. And slowly bring yourself back up. And now, you're going to build a boat. You have no idea you're going to build a boat, but you are. So sit your sitting bones down to the mat, your feet flat to the mat. Hands come behind your hamstrings, elbows nice and wide, so you can promote a long, straight spine. Start to increase that angle between your knees and your chest. And now you can lift your shins parallel to the mat. I know you feel your core engage, and you start to feel that shake. That's what we're looking for. That's neurogenics. That's us moving all that fear out of our body. Just like a cheetah, after it hunts, it shakes all that energy free. That's what we are doing. We are releasing that fear because we don't need it anymore. Your right ankle comes over your left. Heels come in, plant your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. And come right back to your boat. Whatever that is for you. Maybe you have an inner tube like me. Maybe you have a speedboat and you straighten out your legs. Maybe you have a sailboat and take your arms forward. Wherever you are, just find that shake. That fear, again, leaving the body. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It is a mental construct that can only affect us if we allow it. Left ankle over your right, heels come in, plant your hands, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. And come right back to your boat. One more again. Wherever you are, maybe you try something different. Maybe you try the speedboat. Maybe you try the sailboat. You definitely find that shake, letting go of that fear. Fear also stands for face everything and rise. You are powerful. You are amazing. Right ankle comes over your left. Heels come in. Plant your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. So pull your heels in towards your hips. Roll yourself forward, or just move your legs out of the way. And now we're going to do some more amazing shoulder openers. So the first one we're going to start with is called camel. So you're standing on your knees, your shoulders over your hips over your knees. You can tuck your toes like myself to make this a little more accessible. For those that want the advanced form of this, your tops of your feet go to the mat. So for me, grandpa's tucking his toes. Hands come to your lower back. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears, and now pull your elbows in together. Notice how your heart space shines forward. Keep pressing your hips forward with your hands, elbows together. Look up, you'll feel that stretch into the front of your throat. You can stay right here. If you feel comfortable, you can let your head fall back. And you can even reach your hands down to your heels. Thumbs out, fingertips in. Press your hips forward. Shoulders drop from your ears as your chest lifts. Now slowly, one hand at a time, bring your way back up. And let your knees come together. Let your hips sit down to your heels. And let your hands just rest on your thighs. Palms face up if you want to receive a little bit of energy, or palms face down if you just want to root yourself in this moment and be here and now. This is called Hero's Pose. It's a great reminder to me that you can't always be a hero, but you can always be a champion and show up for you. And that's what you did today. You are that champion. You are that warrior. Start to blink your eyes open. Now moving into one of my favorites called rabbit. For those that don't want to go into rabbit, the option
is just to let your forehead come down to the mat. Let your arms move back, and you'll feel your shoulders drop away from your back, falling forward, allowing that mid-back area to open, which is beautiful in itself.
If you'd like to go for rabbit, sit up nice and tall, grab for your heels, thumbs out, fingertips in, sit up tall. As you inhale, take a deep breath. As you exhale, tuck your chin, roll your forehead down to meet your knees.
Now, super important, bring your heels together, pull against your heels. Bring your hips forward, continue to pull against your heels. Only slight pressure into the top of your head. Heels together, pull against your heels, hips forward. And slowly start to bring your hips down. Head comes up last.
Oh, that's one of my absolute favorites. I hope you like that one as well. Plant your hands. Let's decompress the spine now. Step back to your plank and press yourself back to your downward dog. You can keep a slight bend in your knees here. If you're feeling good, you can start to straighten the legs. Press your chest back to your thigh and feel that decompression of the spine, taking care of that entire spinal area. And now your right leg moves up to the sky. As you exhale, swing your right knee into your wrist. Let your back knee drop down. Top foot comes to the mat. Now we stay here for just a moment. So avoid rolling to one side. Keep your hips nice and square. I know you're feeling this on the outside of the right hip flexor. Okay? And that's what we're looking for. We're looking to open up that IT band area. This is moving through the glutes, coming into the hamstrings, the other thigh, making sure that we open up all those big muscle groups. Happy hips equal happy lower back. Happy lower back equals more sleep and less grumpy. Now slowly, if you're ready, hinge yourself forward and down. Your head can come to the back of your hands. Just another few moments here. Remember to check in with that story. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the fact that you made yourself important? Can you be here and now and let go of all of the things on your to-do list? You're going to get to them. It's inevitable. But can you be here and now? Can you grow from this moment? And slowly work your way back up to your hands. Tuck your back toes and press your way back to your downward dog once again. And this time you can walk your dog if you'd like, left and right. Let your hips sway left and right. Let your heels settle down. Now left leg in. Left knee comes to the left wrist. You can let your back knee drop down, back of your top foot onto the mat. And again, we're going to warm into this pose. Important to stretch through this IT band area, which moves through the glutes, the external hip flexor, all the way into the hamstrings, and parts of the quad as well. So these are big muscle groups. Important not to just jolt them right into where we want to go. And remember, avoid rolling, because that takes away some of the stretch. So keep your hips nice and square to the mat. When you're ready, let yourself hinge forward and down. Your forehead comes to the back of your hands. And now we check in with that story. Can we make our breath the focus of the now? With those deep inhales, deep emptying exhales. Another few breaths here. Now very slowly work your way back up to your hands. Let your hip sit down to the left and swing your right leg around. And now we make our way onto the mat. So all the way back. Let yourself lay back and bring your right knee into your chest. Interlock your fingers over your shin. Now change the angle. So pull your knee outside of your rib cage. Keep your left heel active, your left leg active, and you'll feel that stretch in the front of the psoas and that front hip flexor area. And you'll feel the pressure between your left or your right thigh and your right abdomen. I got left and right now. We're taking care of the internal organs here. This is where 75% of your immune system lives. Keep your left shoulder down, and as you pull your knee in, you can increase this by bringing your right elbow over your knee, grab for your elbow, and pull. Keep your left shoulder down. We're taking care of the ascending colon here. Just another few breaths. Now keep your knee where it is. Bring your right hand into the inside of your foot. Right foot comes up over your knee. Left hand stays on your left thigh. As you exhale, pull your right knee outside of your rib cage. Give yourself just a moment here. Allow yourself to breathe. You can use your arm strength and pull a little further. And release. Bring both knees into your chest. Reach over your shins. Grab for your elbows. Work your hips back down toward the mat. And as you exhale, pull your knees into your chest. You'll feel that pressure in between your thighs and your abdomen, taking care of the transverse and sigmoid colon. And now release. Keep your left knee. Let your right leg straighten. Let's do that other side. Interlock your fingers. Keep your right heel active, your right shoulder down. Now pull your knee to the outside of your rib cage, like you're pulling your knee toward your armpit. You feel that pressure between the left thigh and the left side of your abdomen, taking care of the descending colon here. And again, you can increase this by bringing your left elbow up and over your knee, grab for your elbow, and pull your knee in towards your armpit. Keep your right heel active. Feel that stretch on the front and that psoas area on the front of the right hip flexor. And keep your knee right where it is. Bring your left hand inside of the foot, right hand onto your right thigh, and now bring your left foot up. As you exhale, pull your left knee outside of your rib cage. We'll be here for just a moment. Keep your right hand down onto your hip. Keep yourself down. And now slowly release. Bring your knees into your chest one more time. Reach over your shins. Pull for your elbows. Pull your knees into your chest. Work your hips down toward the mat. Maybe even rock left and right for a slight spinal massage. And release. Keep your right knee one more time. Your left hand comes outside of your right knee. Right hand moves out to the right. Look to your right fingertips. Now let your knee fall to the left. And if you lower your knee down just a little bit, you feel that IT band area into the glutes, into the outside of that hip flexor stretch. Keep your right shoulder down. We'll be here for just a moment. Again, taking care of our spine after all the back bends and everything else that we did. It's important for us to neutralize the spine. And of course, this also helps open up some of those lower muscle groups. Now look up. Bring your right knee up. Straighten out your right leg. Bring your left knee in. Right hand comes outside of your left knee. Left arm moves out to the left. Look to your left fingertips to keep your left shoulder down. And now as you exhale, fold over to the right. Remember to lower your knee down. If it's up high, you'll feel this into your low back. But as you lower it down, you feel it into the glutes, into that external hip flexor, to the outside of the thigh. Just another few breaths. And now as you inhale, look up. Bring your left knee up. Straighten out your legs. And get any of those last little shifts out for your hips, your shoulders. Let your heels fall about hip distance apart. Let your toes just fall open. And let the backs of your hands fall to the floor with your palms face up. You can soften or close your eyes. And as we start this pose, scan the body once again. Release the forehead. Release the jaw. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. With every breath, let your shoulders and arms sink into the mat. With every breath, your spine becomes heavy. Your hips and legs melt into the mat. This is the pose for which we practice. This is a pose of contemplation, of honor and respect. Honoring yourself for making you important today. Start to think about everything that you're thankful for in your life. This gratitude slideshow. The pictures can run just behind your eyelids. Maybe you're focusing on your family or your friends or the ability to walk. The simple things like availability of clean drinking water, food, or maybe pets. You could be happy for clothing. Continue to run that gratitude slideshow throughout your day and watch as your happiness increases. As we move forward into this new week, remember that the past is history, the future is a mystery, and right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Let yourself be more focused and rooted in the now, where we create in the now. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You can roll your wrists and ankles for those little snap, crackle, pops. Now find your favorite side. Bring your bottom arm up to cradle your head. Your knees come into your chest. For your fetal position, top hand just rests on the mat. This is a pose of serenity, of peace, of security. We lived in this pose for almost 10 months before entering this world, so our body remembers. This is also a pose of nurturing, reminding us that we can give ourselves everything that we need because we have it within inside of us already. Keep your eyes closed. Press your top hand into the mat. Come back up to your seated position. Your hands can rest on your knees, or your hands come in toward heart center, and you let your chin drop to your chest. Another bow in honor of respect of you for showing up today and putting you at the top of your list. I am proud to call you warrior. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Well, that was a really good one. I'm so glad that you could make it in today. Thank you for making yourself important, and thank you for putting yourself first. It really is what we need more of, especially now with everything going on. Self-care is where it's at. So again, keep your eye out. We have Chris coming on next Saturday. She is an amazing fitness instructor. You guys are going to love her. It'll be all levels, of course. So don't let that scare you off. It will be all levels from beginner on. And she's amazing. She will have all the modifications, everything else that you can do. So no matter what you're dealing with physical-wise, or wherever you are at, she will have options for all of us. So I will be there next Saturday at noon. And of course, remember to find us here every Wednesday morning and Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you so much. And from Warriors for Life America and Leland Holgate, have an amazing day. Namaste, guys. You take care of yourselves. Get out of the house. Go have some fun today.